Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Monday, May the 5th. I got 4 great press releases for you from both sides of the border, plus 3 stock calls, so let's get straight to it. First up, Legend International Holdings trades under LGDI on the US OTCBB. Big news out of Legend. Again, they're making big news. This follows on their April 16th press release in which they announced a scoping study calling for a $1.7 billion in annual profits based on current phosphate rock prices. Well, today they followed that up with more great news. Here's the headline exactly as it was announced. Announces long-term offtake agreement for phosphate rock with India's largest fertilizer enterprise, better known as IFCO. It's entered into a long-term offtake agreement for a minimum of 3 million tons annually of concentrated rock phosphate. This is with Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited. IFCO is India's largest fertilizer enterprise, a cooperative with over 50 million farmers primarily engaged in production and marketing of nitrogenous and phosphate fertilizers in India. IFCO actually has 5 fertilizer plants. They're producing 4.3 million tons of phosphatic fertilizers and 4.2 million tons of nitrogenous fertilizers. This is a really big deal here, as you can tell from the numbers. Further on to this, Legend and IFCO have decided to pursue the project in joint venture, the term of which are under discussion. Financing and joint venture options for the capital cost of Legend's phosphate project are currently under discussion between the parties, as is the price of the phosphate rock. As of now, the price of the rock is going to be negotiated based on international market prices with an appropriate discount. Negotiations in regard to financing options should be concluded in the coming months. The company on April 16th, when we first announced this press release, was trading the $1.90 range. On Friday, they closed at $3.92 on big volume, and even more great news coming out of Legend. This is an AGORACOM client. Have to fully disclose that. However, this news definitely stands on its own 2 feet. Again, that's Legend International, LGDI. Take a really close look at the press release of April 16th and take another press release and take another look at today's press releases. This is probably the biggest resource news coming out of the resource and agriculture small cap space in all of 2008. That's the call I'm going to make on that, but do your own due diligence. Next up, still staying with the resources space, Oromon Exploration trades on the venture under OLE. They're announcing excellent drill results that continue out of Sabodala, their project in Senegal. There are 6 drills there looking to increase the pace of the 140,000 meter 2008 resource drilling program. 6 drills, 140,000 meter program. This is huge. This is an AGORACOM client also. Got to disclose that, but the news is just too good not to report. The additional results that they put out today were from ongoing step out and infill drilling at the Guluma West, Guluma South, and Masato gold deposits. The drilling results continue to expand mineralization at all of those. Here are some of the highlights. At Guluma South, 5 meters of 12.62 grams per ton on hole 265, 6 meters of just over 13 grams per ton of gold. That's in hole 268. On Guluma West, 9 meters of 6.58 grams per ton of gold on hole 240, and 11 meters of 8.15 grams per ton. That's on hole 241. And finally, at the Masato, 20 meters of 3.3 grams per ton and on hole 208, and 10 meters of 5.83 grams per ton on hole 232. As I said, there are 6 drill rigs there right now. They're focused on the resource definition and delineation of Sabodala exploration contention's numerous gold zones and deposits. They close on Friday at $2.64. Next up, Bolero Resources trades on both the Venture and the Frankfurt. On the Venture under BRU, and for our friends in Germany on the Frankfurt Exchange under U7N. They announced that they drilled just under 1,100 feet of 0.068% molybdenum. This is at their project in Montana. Drilling continues to expand mineralization, demonstrating continuity of the resource. A lot of details in this press release. You're going to have to take a look at them yourself. But in summary, the 6 holes reported here are very encouraging. According to the company, mineralization is demonstrating internal continuity. New drilling is consistently adding tonnage to the resource. A follow-on drilling program, as you can imagine, is planned for the upcoming summer field season. They close on Friday at 20 cents. Next up, over to the U.S., Nano Proprietary Inc. trades on the OTC under NNPP. They announced completion of an Air Force contract. This is their subsidiary, which closed a Phase 2 contract with the U.S. Air Force covering the development of a carbon monoxide CO sensor system. Under the contract, the subsidiary developed a CO sensor system and delivered 3 test units to the U.S. Air Force. It's not a lot of specifics here, not a lot of numbers. As you can imagine, anytime you deal with the U.S. Air Force, details aren't vastly forthcoming, but there's enough here to know that this is of some significance. This is a handheld battery-operated low-power unit with an estimated operation time of up to 8,000 hours with a single battery. That's some pretty heavy-duty power. They close on Friday at $1.05. Over to some stock halts. First, Energentia Resources, ENR, on the venture, halted at 9 o'clock pending news. Kruger Capital on the venture under KGC, halted at 9 o'clock pending news. And finally, First Growth Exploration and Development, FGC, halted at 9:06 pending news. That's a wrap for the day. As always, if you're looking for more great small cap companies, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. Close to 90 companies now listed by industry and exchange with great summary descriptions so you can find the ones best suited for your portfolio. That's a wrap. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.